So, what are some of the industry changes that you've seen that might impact some of whether it's on their homeowners insurance or car insurance, anything from the property and casualty side?
Well, you know, I, I sell insurance in both Ohio and Michigan, but Michigan, I assume most people now know that there's a big sweeping change that's happening in Michigan with our auto insurance. Michigan's one of the few states that has no fault insurance, which is a little bit different than a lot of the states. So that the person, whoever gets in an accident, you basically cover yourself inside the accident. And along with that, there's what is called PIP, or personal insurance protection insurance. And recently, Michigan has changed some of the rules around that, and it goes into effect July 1st. And in the past, there's been a big fund, which is basically an unlimited fund for medical coverage. So if someone gets hurt, both for work loss and for medical, there was an unlimited fund to take care of that person off in the future. And this has created very, very high insurance rates in Michigan, one of the highest in the country. So the new laws actually allow people to opt out of that. And you can cap how much exposure you have. And there's different levels of exposure, either 500,000 or 250,000. And even some people can completely opt out of it. And this is the kind of conversation quickly you need to have with your agent. It's coming quickly. And honestly, there's a lot of confusion around it. So the agents that haven't spent the time to go figure it out, find an agent that's figured it out, because there's a lot of complexities with this, and it's going to affect everybody. And I'm encouraged the fact that it's going to affect most people in a positive way.
Right. I know a lot of people just look for that premium refund, and this legislation is something that that has brought a few questions to me from a few customers, and I just tell them they have to talk to their agent because it's not something I'm versed on. But it might not be something that they want to get that premium back. They have to make sure they understand the give and take of that. So, so can you tell me a little bit more about, so what would it mean? I guess what would the risk be if I was to get myself excluded from that coverage to save a little bit of money? What's the flip side of what is that coverage now not entailing?
Yeah, so the people that can get excluded actually are people that are in certain kinds of insurance. So if you're in Medicare Part A or Part B, or have insurance associated with the Affordable Care Act and those kinds of things, those insurance actually already fully cover you if you have a medical problem. Mm-hmm. That up to unlimited coverage. So it's really more people that have your traditional employer covered insurance, or if you buy insurance in the open market, where most people don't realize, but there's some caps on health insurance. Mm-hmm. And so if you opt out of the coverage with your auto insurance and you're capped on your health insurance, you may find yourself down the road if something happens where you basically have run out of coverage. And that's, insurance is there to protect your wealth. And so making the right decision based on those kinds of things really needs to be a conversation, I think, with your insurance person, and also maybe your financial person, and how much you're willing to put at risk in your life.